Hello students, it has been a long time we met, and the last time we had a class was before the Diwali vacations, and now we have started our last session towards this academic year. So I hope everybody be very more attentive and more careful towards your studies. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let us start with today's topics. And today's topic is preposition. Okay, now let me try to explain you what is a preposition. A preposition is a word that shows a relation between two nouns, or a noun and a pronoun, or between the subject and object of a sentence. Okay, so this is how for there can be two nouns in a sentence, there can be a noun and a pronoun, there can be the subject and the object. So a word that shows a relation between these two is known as a preposition. Okay, so there are a lot of examples that we'll be discussing in this video, and along with the examples I will also explain which preposition is used in which situation. Okay, along with the examples I'll be explaining it. So let us start with the examples. The first example is the book is on the table. The book is on the table. Now here the two nouns, book, table. The relation between book and table is that the book is on it. Now when do we use the preposition on? We use the preposition on when something is kept on something, it is already there. Okay, it is already there. Now for example, I am sitting on the chair, so I am already on the chair. When something is already on something, we use the preposition on. The book is on the table, that means the book was already there on the table. The next one, the refill is in the pen. Now here we are talking about another two nouns, the refill and the pen. So when the refill is already in the pen, it is not put right now, it is already in the pen, so we will use the preposition in. Okay, so the refill is in the pen. Okay, then next one, Manu is jumping upon the bed. Now here on, the difference between on and upon is when we try to understand this sentence. Manu is jumping upon the bed. The Manu is coming on and again on the bed. So when something is coming on, when it is coming on, we use the preposition upon. Okay, we use the preposition upon. For example, the book is on the table, that means the book was already on the table. Suppose for example, I am keeping the book on the table, so which preposition am I going to use? I am going to use the preposition upon. I am keeping the book upon the table. Now when something is coming on, we use the preposition up on. If it is already on, we use the preposition on. So Manu is coming again and again on the bed, so we use the preposition. Manu is jumping upon the bed. Now he is not already on the bed, he is jumping upon the bed. Now they are diving into the river. Now if something is already inside, so we will say in. For example, our second example, the refill was already inside the pen, so we say the refill is in the pen. Now if something is going inside or entering, then we will use the preposition into. Now for example, they are diving into the river. So here they is a pronoun, river is a noun, so relation between pronoun and noun. So they are not already in the river, they are diving, they are going into the river. So in this situation, we will use the preposition into. Okay, so the preposition is they are diving into the river. Okay, already in to in. If they are going in, into. Already on. If it is coming upon, if you are keeping upon, then it is upon. Okay, then let us go to the next example. The birds fly over the mountains. Whenever something let us say whenever something is going over, without touching, it is going over. We will say over. The birds are flying over the mountains, not touching the mountains, going over. For example, a dog is jumping. There is a wall and the dog is jumping over the wall. So how would we say the dog is not jumping the wall? We will say the dog is jumping over the wall. Okay, so if something is going above without touching, we use the preposition over. Okay, now the dog sits under the table. If something is under something, okay, the table is here, if it is here, so we will call it under. It is under, the dog sits under the table. Okay, I hope you understood these prepositions. Let us go to the next examples. Rashid sits between Nitya and Mark. Okay, so between we use the preposition between when something is done between two. If there are only two, दो के बीच में कुछ कर रहे, then we will say between. If it is more than two, we will use among. Okay, अगर दो के बीच में है तो हम बोलेंगे between. Rashid is sitting between Nitya and Mark. Nitya and Mark, there are two, so दो के बीच में है, that is why we will use between. Okay, now so you have to remember this, whenever something is done दो के बीच में, then we will use the preposition between. Even if it is two groups, okay, boys and girls, we distributed the chocolates between boys and girls. So दो group के बीच में किया है. Whenever if it is between two, then we will use the preposition between. Now let us go to the next one. My brother is standing among his friends in the photo. Now यहाँ पे we don't know how many friends are there. Okay, there can be many, there can be two, but we are not certain how many friends are there. So that is why we use the preposition among. My brother is standing among his friends in the photo. So when we know it for sure that दो के बीच में है, so we use the preposition between. And when we don't know how many are there, or if it is more than two, we use the preposition among. Now the next preposition, my house is behind your house. Behind, so a relation between my house and your house, so that is behind, पीछे. Okay, so that is a preposition behind. We need to sign before the manager. Okay, now before, यहाँ पे before means, here before means सामने, हमारे सामने. Now I am sitting before the laptop. I am sitting, you are sitting before the mobile or before the laptop to see this video. So in this way, before means सामने होना. So we need to sign before the manager. Manager के सामने sign करना होगा. So that is the meaning of before here. Next example, my mother always sits beside me on the dining table. Now beside मतलब बगल में, or this side or this side, नजदीक में या बगल में कहीं पे, then we will say beside. My mother always sits beside me on the dining table. Okay, then if we want to understand ये preposition याद रखना है position का, so it is very easy. Beside बगल में, सामने before, पीछे behind. Okay, so we can keep this in. All three start with b, behind, beside, before. Okay, so in this way you can keep this in mind. Between, again be. Okay, so you can remember this as a b. It's just an idea. You can do this, you can do it in your own ways. So this is just a type of shortcut. Okay, let us go to the next example. The Indian flag is above other flags. When we are comparing height, or when we are comparing the position, we use the preposition above, below. Okay, we use the preposition above and below. When we want to compare the position or the height, we say above or below. So the Indian flag is above other flags. Our Indian flag is ऊपर, comparatively दूसरे flags के comparatively ऊपर है. So we will say the Indian flag is above the other flags. Okay, Manish lives below Alan. Now Manish house is below. Comparison में देखो तो Alan का ऊपर है, Manish का घर नीचे है. So we will say Manish lives below Alan. Okay, so whenever there is a matter of comparison about height, so we use the prepositions above and below. Okay, so next one, my friends live near me. Near मतलब नजदीक. It can be anywhere, सामने, पीछे, बगल में, कहीं पे भी, but near, कहीं पे भी, नजदीक में. So whenever we want to use नजदीक में है, so we use the preposition near. Now next one, the earth revolves around the sun. Around sun, earth, the earth revolves around the sun. So when it is going around, we use the preposition around. Okay, next, the train travels through the tunnel. अब किसी के अंदर से ऐसा जाता है, so we use the preposition through. For example, you might have seen कि wherever there are hills, तो hill के बीच में ऐसा होल्स किया रहता है और ट्रेन वो होल्स के बीच में से जाता है और दूसरे होल से बाहर निकलता है. So that is tunnel. That holes are called tunnels. So when the train is traveling from the holes, तो we call it through the tunnel. ओके, वाटर, पानी कहाँ से? पाइप के अंदर से आता है. पानी पाइप से आता है, सो उसके अंदर से आ रहा है. सो वी कैन से वाटर कम्स थ्रू द पाइप. किसी के अंदर से ऐसे आ रहा है, तो वी विल यूज द प्रीपोजिशन थ्रू. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ लेट अस गो टू सम मोर एग्जांपल्स. I went to Assam in 2015. Now whenever we want to tell कि ये साल में या ये साल में या ये महीने में इसमें हमने कुछ किया या हम गए थे या हमने कुछ देखा, anything like that, तो इस साल में या इस महीने में, whenever we want to say, we use in. We use in because year month is a big period और उसमें उसके अंदर उसमें हमने ये किया था. So I went to Assam in 2015. Okay, so whenever we want to use year or month or sometimes weeks also, we can use the preposition in कि इसमें हमने ये ऐसा किया था. Okay, the shop is closed on Sundays. Whenever we are using weekdays we use on. Okay, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Okay, लेकिन month से तो in January, in February. Okay, now they come to school at 10 o'clock. अब whenever it is about a time, a particular time, we use the preposition at. Okay, now पूरा time को हम देखते हैं. अब अगर year है, century है, ठीक है, तो it is in. months में भी in, weeks में भी in. Okay, weekdays है तो on और time है तो at. Okay, so in this way you can remember year in, month in, week in, day, weekdays on, time at. Okay, so in this way we can remember. Now this is the preposition in, on and at. Let us go to the next example. Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister since 2014. Now students, here I have used the same sentence so that I can explain you the difference between since and for. Okay, I will first try to explain it. We use since. पास्ट में कोई काम हमने स्टार्ट किया या किसी ने भी कोई वर्क स्टार्ट हुआ, समथिंग हैपेंड इन द पास्ट, वहां से ये वर्क चल रहा है. ओके, सम वर्क हैज स्टार्टेड इन द पास्ट एंड दैट वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन. ओके, सो इफ वी नो द एग्जैक्ट टाइम कि भाई कब से स्टार्ट हुआ है ये वर्क और अभी तक चल रहा है, we will use the preposition since. Okay, we know that Mr. Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister in 2014. We know the exact time, so we will use the preposition since. That is, Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister since 2014. We use since because we know the exact time in the past where it started, 2014. Now if we don't know the exact time in the past but we know that कि भाई इतने टाइम से है, इतने टाइम से ये काम चल रहा है, पास्ट के इतने टाइम से चल रहा है, 4 महीने से, 2 साल से, 20 दिनों से, व्हाटएवर, ठीक है, 4 हफ्ते से, तो ऐसा इतने टाइम से ये काम चल रहा है. So if we want to tell something like that, we will use the preposition for. Okay, if we know the exact time, we use the preposition since. If we don't know the exact time, we are telling from how many times, from how much time this is going on, so we use the preposition for. Now the same sentence has been changed a bit. Mr. Narendra Modi has been the Prime Minister for 6 years. ओके, अभी 6 साल से वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, ठीक है, 2014 से वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर. वी नो द एग्जैक्ट टाइम 2014, सो वी विल यूज द प्रीपोजिशन सिंस. वी डोंट नो 2014, वी नो दैट दिस मेनी इयर्स, सो वी विल से इट फॉर 6 years. Is that clear? This is the difference between since and for. Okay. Now let us go to the next example. The teacher came to the class before the students. Time. इससे पहले we used before. एक in the previous examples, some examples back, we used before मतलब पोजीशन के लिए. सामने खड़े हैं तो we will use before. सामने सामने है तो we will use before. But before is also used for time. ठीक है. For example, Sunday comes before Monday. Okay, so the teacher came to class before the students. इससे पहले, when we want to explain it in that way, we use the preposition before. Okay, then I reached office after. Now opposite of before, you can call it in that way, time के हिसाब से. That is, पहले आए तो before, बाद में आए तो after. पहले हुआ तो before, बाद में हुआ तो after. So in this way we can, when something is happening afterwards, so we use the preposition after. Okay students, I hope you are clear with the explanation that I have given in this video. If there are any doubts, you can definitely ask me in the doubt clearing sessions, and please do ask. Okay, I'll be happy to solve your doubts. Thank you so much students. Thank you very much.